Well, very good evening to all you beautiful subscribers out there. Hope you're having a fantastic evening, basking in the warmth of the summer sun, or the late summer sun as it is, because yesterday was absolutely pants. I'm here on my third shift. Woohoo! And the highlights on the news of the evening is, yes, he's resigned. Southgate has given up the ghost as being England manager and trying to win a major tournament for England. Should have happened years ago, to be honest. It's my opinion. He should have gone a long time ago, but it lasted 8 years. What did he achieve? Not a lot, really. Got them to the finals in some major tournaments. Lost finals, lost finals, lost. Yeah, the story goes on and on. And I was listening to my father-in-law on the phone with my wife, and he was saying that he turned on the news and there was a tribute to Gareth Southgate. Why? Why? What's he done? And he ended up switching it off, turned it on about half hour later to the news, and it was still going on. Turned it off, put it back on again an hour later, and it was still going on. An hour of contributions or tributes to Gareth Southgate being the England manager. I don't think any other England manager in the history of England football has had such a dedicated time slot as what Gareth Southgate got on TV, which I think is absolutely absurd, because he could have done so much for that team. He could have done so much for England football and didn't. Played his tactics all the time. Nothing changed, nothing worked. Yeah, they had victories obviously through qualifying and stuff like that, and they had victories in other games, but to reach a major tournament final and lose it under those circumstances, playing the same system again and again that hasn't worked for years and years, they give him an hour's worth of contributions and tributes to the guy who's done nothing. That's my point of view. Write in the comments if you think I'm wrong, and they're looking for candidates now to replace him as the England manager. Obviously they're looking at the Newcastle gaffer. Shearer's crying because he's done so much for Newcastle, blah blah blah. Really? I mean, so have so many other managers that have managed England have come from other football clubs that have done really well, and that's why they pick them, because they've done well with their club and their tactics are right, they're doing things right, and that's why they pick them for the England job. Shame they didn't do that with Brian Clough. That's all I can say, because he would have worked wonders. But I digress. Yeah, so leave us a comment who you think is going to be the next England manager. I said to my wife, I wonder if it's going to be an Englishman or it's going to be a foreigner. Well, it's got to be an Englishman. Well, no, it hasn't. It can be anybody. Well, no, because all the players have got to be English. They've got to be born in England. They've got to be English. So the manager's got to be English. Remember Sven-Göran Eriksson? Oh yeah. So we had a chuckle about that. So yeah, it could be a foreigner. Pep Guardiola, I reckon he might get it. I don't know. Like I say, leave in the comment who you think is going to be the next England manager. It should be really interesting, because it's not like he's got I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It's not like he's got heights to reach or anything like that, because he can start at the bottom, because that's more or less where Gareth Southgate was anyway. It doesn't matter. Whatever he does for the England game, for the England team, is going to be amazing. It really is, because we've got to get out this. We have got to get out of this playing it from the back. It's got to go. It has got to go. Let's get back to playing football like football used to be played. Tough, aggressive. Yes, getting stuck in. Nowadays, you just have to breathe on them and they fall down, and it looks, it's just ridiculous. They are not covered in cotton wool. You take knocks, as we all know, guys that play football in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. It was tough. It was a tough sport. But now it's a bunch of fairies as far as I'm concerned, and that's why I'd much rather watch rugby. It's a gentleman's game. It's a lot tougher. And they have full respect for authority as well, for the officials. They have total respect for them. Football, they don't. There's none there at all. So that needs to change. Seriously needs to change, because at the moment the players are running the game, and that's my opinion. Tell me if I'm wrong. There's a lot of changes that have been made over the years due to players whinging, I believe, and moaning, because it doesn't suit them. Boo-hoo. Like I say, I'd love to take a team of today 30-40 years back and let them play them and see what football was all about. But anyway, that's football. I've always said right at the beginning, my passion was football when I was younger. That's all I ever did, was football and fish. And then obviously in the summertime you had the athletics as well, or cricket, or stew ball. Remember stew ball? It was like rounders, but you had that square thing and you hit the ball. I used to love that. That was really great. For those that can remember it. There was a lot of others, but football for me was my thing. Was what I wanted to do when I got older. But then obviously alcohol, cigarettes, girls, ruins everything. It really does. But that's life. That's what life is all about. It's about growing up and experiencing these things. And then I found golf. Obviously I had a knee injury, really bad knee injury, so I chose golf. And that is my thing. That is my thing now, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Even though now, there's this. The golf is splintered as well, with LIV and the PGA. It's been ripped down the middle by the Saudi-backed LIV Golf. So things are changing there all the time, for the good or for the bad. Who knows? I know that on the 27th I'm going up to Staffordshire to JCB, the JCB course, to watch the LIV guys play for the day. I did mention it a few videos ago with Mr. Wood and Mr. Paul Jones, so we're going to go up there for the day. I think kick-off's about 1:30 or 2 o'clock or something like that, and I think it's a shotgun start what they have on LIV, so that should be really interesting. I'm looking forward to that. Some damn good players there, because they're all ex-PGA, so it should be really good, so looking forward to that. Right, so last night was absolutely miserable. The weather was absolutely atrocious, just constant rain. And the worst thing about it was I was outside, obviously doing my curtains and everything like that, and strapping the loads, and just got totally wet through. Walked into the office and they says, "There you go, there's a new waterproof jacket." Thanks. Stood there dripping in a pool of water. Yeah, thanks very much. You could have given it me before I went out, but no, they held on to it, and it made my wife chuckle again as well, because she said she would have done the same. She'd have held on to it until I came in. Not nice. But now I've got a brand new waterproof jacket, and it's 18 degrees. No rain. It's bone dry. So, yeah, brilliant, absolutely awesome. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it, and it will come in handy, because obviously got the winter months coming up soon. So but the weather is changing. the weekend is going to be absolutely amazing. Apparently it's going to be up to about 28-29 degrees. Yes. And this weekend, this Saturday, I'm playing the Abbey for my Golf Society meeting, of which my 2 daughters will be there because I've got a buggy booked. So don't worry girls, the buggy's booked and I've got to get you some treats and some snacks and stuff like that, so don't worry, I'll take care of all of that. That's on Saturday, so that they should be filming that. And yeah, I'm hoping for a really good round. I am hoping for a really good round because it's a championship course. It's a par 72. It looks absolutely amazing. If you play the Abbey, then you'll know exactly what I mean. I've not played it myself. I've had a look at some of the flyovers of some of the holes and they look absolutely awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that. Awesome. Right, so I'm off up to Moreton. Well, no, I'm going to Skelmersdale first and then to Moreton and then back, and then that's me. So drive safe, look after yourself, watch out for those lunatics because they are everywhere. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment please. Leave me a comment who you think is going to be the next England manager. It should be really interesting if we get some really good comments. Really appreciate it guys. Take care and I'll see you for my 4th shift tomorrow. Cheers.